I'm not even going to attempt to justify this pull through because I'm doing another pull through. And before I talk to you about it, hello, I'm Mrs. Soap and Clay. Let's make stuff. How's it going, Sudsers? Welcome back to the channel. You are here for another round of 365 days of soap, and today I'm doing a pull through, and I wish I could say it's the last one I'm going to do. It still sucks. Like the pull through technique in and of itself, still not fun, not enjoyable by any stretch of the imagination, but I'm making the sun today, and I thought that would be a cool time to experiment with the idea I had for Georgia May's pull through that she ultimately didn't do, and see if we could do like an in the pot faux column and then pour that whole pot into and then pull. So that's what we're doing today. Now the sun we're doing because, you know, it's Leo and the sun and the planet ruled by, yeah. And so let's go check out today's pull through and see if I manage to screw this one up too. Okay, look at all of those colors. Oh my gosh, those are so many colors. And I'm actually super excited about this one because that's a lot of colors. And that is the kaolin clay that has been dispersed in the scent blend. Now the scent blend for this particular pour is awesome. So it's super like fruity. It has what did we do with this one? What did we do? Oh yeah, so it has mandarin and lime and tangerine and watermelon and apples and honeydew. It is really, really bright and fun and awesome. And the oil blend for this is actually a 60-40 split from liquid to solid oils. And yep, you're not emulsified yet, keep going. And the liquid oils, the 60% of liquid oils, those are canola oil, as well as avocado oil and olive oil. So a very gentle cleansing from all of those with a nice long trace. And the 40% solid oils are cocoa butter and babasu and coconut. And this is all done to give myself reasonable pour time because I'm going to do something different with all of this. So I want my batter to be very, very fluid throughout this pour, and I am going to be doing a pull through. And this is the last one. I promise. Like, I think I'm really done at this point. But I did want to try, because I had asked Georgia May when she said she wanted to do her attempt at a pull through, right? I had asked her to try doing a faux funnel in the pot pour and then just dump that whole thing into the column and see, you know, what happens if that ends up being an easier pour. And she didn't do it that way. She used the beakers instead of the squeeze bottles, which is cool, but she didn't do, you know, this. And so I was now curious and I wanted to see what would happen with the pull if we did, you know, that instead of trying to, you know, do the faux funnel in the middle of the column with the squeeze. Yeah, I'm never doing that again. That was a stupid idea. And then like the two in the pot swirls with the moon for the pull through. I mean, you could have just not used a pull through tool and it would have looked the same essentially. So I'm trying it this way to see what happens with the pull-through tool thing. Yeah. And so that is why I have selected the oils that I've selected for all of this. And all of the colors that are in this is lots and lots of different shades of yellows and oranges, because we are making the sun. And so I want it to be just sort of slight changes from one color to the next, you know, within the bars, to ultimately have just one big bright circular ball of fiery sun awesomeness. And so yeah, that was my thinking on the whole thing, and that's the justification behind all of that. The scent selection, I picked the scent selection, the scent blend, because it's bright, not because it's fiery. And also it pairs really well with the Leo bar that we did yesterday, because it's that nice blood orange. So this is, you know, orange plus all the other things, right? So all of the other awesome citruses, as well as some melons in there, and, you know, some apples, and it's just very, very bright, and that's awesome. And the sun is very, very bright. So that was the reasoning behind selecting this particular oil or fragrance for the scent for this bar. And yeah, that's kind of it. But now everything has been split in mostly equal portions with these 7, and we are ready for the pour. So again, with this pour, what I wanted to do was create a faux funnel like you do for pull-through methods, but you usually do that within the column itself. I thought it would be fun to try doing the faux funnel in the pot and then pouring the whole pot into the mold and see what we come up with this. And so that is what I am doing now. And also it gives you a better idea of what a faux funnel even is, right? Because when it's in the column, it's kind of hard to see. So you can see more of the actual design process and the thought behind all of that here. And so what you're seeing is the faux funnel, really. The idea is you take each color and you pour a little bit in, and then you pour the next color directly on top of the circle you just made, and it pushes everything out into cool, you know, lines. And you keep doing that, alternating your colors until all of the soap is gone. Now you can do a faux column or a faux funnel in a number of ways. You can do like equal portions, so you would be doing like a 3 count or a 4 count or whatever as you're pouring. Or you can do, you know, like I want to light a little bit of yellow, so I'll just do a 1 count, and then I want more orange in this place, so then I'll do a 3 count, and, you know, whatever. There's no real rhyme or reason to it as far as, you know, that, but it's all your call. I do love what's happening in this pot right now. That's a lot of fun for me. But do you find it as funny as I do that the faux funnel, the point that I'm pouring at has moved from, because I started there at the handle, really, with the actual point of pour, and it just sort of gradually moved from that point to, you know, 3 o'clock, and that's, I don't know, that's pretty humorous to me. But at this point, the soap is getting a little bit thick, and so I'm having to sort of shimmy the Pyrex every time I pour it in, so the colors will continue to build on themselves, which is also just fine and cool, and, you know, whatever. But that is the pull-through tool that I'm going to use for this one, because it kind of looked, I don't know, like a star, even though I do have the star one from when we did the 4th of July, the fireworks, that dumpster fire. That was fun. Look how pretty that is going into the mold. Now, I already know that this is not really going to work based on the way that this is going into the mold, because it's going into the mold more like a thin lines pour than like a proper funnel, faux funnel. So that the circular, whatever, it's kind of hard to explain, but I could have, as I'm looking at this, fix that by doing a different, by choosing a different point. probably, let me see if I can make this make sense. Probably at the spout. So that's what I should have done, was done the faux funnel pour into the pot at the spout point of the, so at 12 o'clock, if you're looking at your Pyrex with the handle facing toward your abdomen, really. So 12 o'clock, and then that would have poured in better. And I did the opposite. I started at the opposite end. I started at 6 o'clock. So it's not going to quite work out with the same effect, but I still think it should be pretty cool. And the pouring process itself was super not painful with all of this. This was not bad at all. I mean, the two pull-throughs that I did with the gardener soap and the fireworks soap, and I actually used the squeeze bottles, that sucked. That was not a fun pour at all. But this one, it was pretty enjoyable. It was very nice watching all the colors beautifully go into the mold and do their, or into the pot and do their thing. This did not suck. So I like it when things don't suck. And the tool, look, it came out no problem. Okay, so I didn't twist the tool at all with any of this, just pulled it straight up. And now I'm going to bang it down and wrap it and get it ready for C-pop. And then, we'll check it out and cut it tomorrow. But as far as all this goes, I'm actually very happy. I didn't see any problems with the pour. There was nothing to be concerned about. And I'm not angry at the end of it, which is really good. Hey, look at that. My pull-through technique is becoming less arduous, so that's awesome. But yeah, now we are going to let this sit up overnight, and we will cut it tomorrow and see what we are working with for the sun. Okay, we are on to the cut, and you see how shiny it is? It is shiny because I actually cared enough about this soap to put it in the freezer and get it hard to make it easier to get the liner off. And because I was pulling the liner off so early, I still have some pock marks on the sides, but that's fine. I clean those up with the end piece anyway, so it doesn't matter. And yeah, no, I actually this pour was not so miserable that I didn't, oh, well, that's cute. It's very bright, super bright. And there's a little bit of patternist going on in that. That's not, yeah, that actually, I don't know. I'm not really sure. The colors ended up blending too much into each other, but I do love those. Those are very pretty. That's a really nice, yeah, I like that. That's nice. It's not like, there's not really great contrast between the colors because they were all very, very similar. So that would be something that, you would want to keep in mind if you wanted to try a faux funnel in the pot 2-column pull-through technique. I'm just making the pull-through technique just so complicated with all these different, we're not going to do just the one thing. We're going to do 4 for the thing, but it's very bright and fun. That's actually, that's beautiful. I love that. And there's, Soap and Clay Kidlet number 2's hand helping out with all of that because, well, this is her bar. She is a Leo, and so she is ruled by the sun. And so she's very interested in this one as well and checking that out. And, oh, that's very cute, actually. If the contrasting colors, if the colors had been better with all of that, that would have been, I think, a really successful pull-through. So now I'm wondering if maybe I should try another one. This is the world's most ridiculous running joke on this channel at this point with the pull-through. So I'm not going to say that I'm never going to do it again. I'm not doing that anymore. But there's day 111, the sun for the Planetary line, and it's pretty cute. And there you have it, the sun. And actually, this particular pour was actually pretty enjoyable. I loved the pouring into the faux column within, or the faux funnel within the pot, and then the pour. That was actually a lot of fun for me. I really did enjoy that one a lot. I think if you used some better contrasting colors, because I used just variations of yellow and orange, right? But if you used more contrasting colors throughout a pour like this, I think it's a great hack to achieve a really nice pull-through technique without having to get the squeeze bottles out and do the thing and the
still no for that. It's such a big no for me. But the sun, it's here, it's bright, it's happy, it's fun. And if you are interested in purchasing it, you can totally get it on the website at soapandclay.com. If you are interested in following me on social media, I'm there, do the things, Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. And if you're interested in more soapy antics, stick around, subscribe, do the thing, click the word, and you'll get me every day, because that's what we're doing, as the name 365 Days of Soap might suggest. But for now, I am done for today, and thank you so much for joining me for another round, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.